Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Lee.
And in August of 2018, we decided to take a trip to New Zealand. We had been there in 1986 and 2007.
And we wanted to go again to explore more of the South Island and to see some places we'd been to before and to explore some new places as well.
So I started doing some research. I looked at companies in the US and directly out of New Zealand. And I came up with Finding New Zealand Trails. Their masterpiece tour was 14 days on the South Island. It had activities of hiking, biking, kayaking. It just looked like the whole package that we were looking for.
And I actually agree that 14 days of being active was just what I was looking for, and hopefully Paul was too.
So I work with Jody and Alex at New Zealand Trails, and they got me through the flight reservations, what to do after the trip, the whole deal. And in January, February of 2019, we took the plane and we were off to New Zealand.
And you're probably wondering about the things that matter most to people who travel like this, and those would be the accommodations, the activity level, and the food.
So Lee, as a vegetarian, how was your experience?
It was much better than it was in 1986. 1986, I ate a lot of toast and potatoes and tomatoes, but I was very pleasantly surprised with the amount of fresh fruit and veggies, and the sandwiches that Kim made on our active days were wonderful, and when Kim and Rob cooked us meals, they were great as well. We never went hungry.
Yeah, and for me, I'm a carnivore, and all the meals that we had were great. The restaurant selections accommodated everybody, and the food was just wonderful. So how were the accommodations?
They were very varied depending on where we were. I think my top three were sleeping on the boat in Milford Sound, and the Lochmara Lodge in Queen Charlotte Sound. We kayaked to that, but I think my most favorite one was the Ohow Sheep Station.
And why was that?
We were down the end of this road with sweeping views and sheep, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah, and you can't forget Stella, the little dog. So if you take this trip, look for Stella and tell her we say hi. And then so we've covered the accommodations
and the food.
So how were the activities?
I think they met my expectations. We had some hikes ranging from probably 2 or 3 miles to I think our longest day was 14 miles. But we all went at our own pace, and Kim and Rob, our leaders, were great. They helped us go at our own pace, and they also accommodated people who had, there was one person on our trip who wasn't as active, and they were able to accommodate her and those of us who were more active.
Yeah, we're pretty active seniors who like to hike, bike, and kayak, and certainly for me everything worked. There was challenging times, but that's why we came on the trip. I really loved our kayak in Queen Charlotte Sound. It was challenging, but
challenging?
but getting to Lochmara Lodge was priceless. You're away from everything. The only other way in there, as I understood,
it was hike or kayak.
It was hike or kayak.
Or take a boat.
Yeah, so you get to do things that not everybody's going to do, and in that case, you get to see some really spectacular things. So to wrap up, we loved our trip.
We loved New Zealand Trails, everything from the booking process to meeting our guides and the other guests. Our guides, Kim and Rob, were fabulous, and
we traveled
everything was seamless.
Yeah. We traveled in a 17-passenger Mercedes van, which I know that trip sizes vary, but ours we only had 6 guests and 2 guides, so we really had the best of all worlds, plenty of room to stretch out. We did 14 days, Queenstown to Queenstown. There's a lot of driving to get to places that you just have to do, but it's worth it. We went up the coast to see the dusky dolphins in Kaikoura. We saw everything from Punakaki.
And we went shopping on Waitangi Day.
On Waitangi Day. You can't beat it. So that's it. We just loved our trip, and
we would highly recommend New Zealand Trails to anybody looking to take an active trip with guides who are familiar with the area and know the history and know the geography and know the land.
And teach you some of the culture, because it was
sweet as.